Hi guys, this is Ratchet Throw, and we are playing Criminal Case Conspiracy, and we are going to case number 42, last case in university, and I think our philosophy professor got killed as we heard in the last case, previously on Criminal Case. Katrina, I just read the chief on your latest discovery about the Astra. I understand that the students who restarted at Astra are taking direct orders from Rosetta. She may be in jail, but she's still getting them to do her dirty work on the outside. Halloween card Rosetta gave the group contained instruction for Astra to take care of the Kevin Charles problem. I don't like the sound of that. Ask Kathy to track down the two known Astra members ASAP. And I've also dispatched officers to find Professor Charles. I'm afraid we are too late, Chief. We found Professor Charles, but he's very, very dead. Ah, jeez. Officer Lucas, tell us what happened. We found Professor Charles's body in the forest on the university grounds. One of the Astras must have gotten to him before we did. Katrina, Jones, go to the forest and recover the body. Now. Alright. Yeah, you showed me the forest and university building. Alright. Somehow I had a feeling he was going to die. Well, one of the people we met here is going to die, and I really thought it was going to be him. As soon as we heard he was in trouble in the last case. Well, that looks like a torture instead of a sacrifice, I said in the last video. But he was the one who introduced Rosetta with that ideology of superiors and sheeple, and why he deserved to die for that. And how was he killed? Oh god, Katrina, Professor Charles is definitely dead. You're right, judging by his wounds and the state of his shirt, it looks like he was tied up and whipped to death. Katrina, it's so disturbing. Imagine the anger it takes to whip someone to death. Whoever did this clearly felt no pity for the professor. But I agree, it's time to focus on the clues. There's a weird smell coming from that amount of dirt. You better look through. Wait, that's my phone. It's a text from Kathy. She says Courtney is still at the scenic viewpoint, where Kathy tracked her down earlier. As a known Astra, and Courtney is our top suspect. If we are done with the crime scene, we need to rush over there and interrogate her. Okay. Let's first look through this. What's that? Katrina, you found a handkerchief with a weird bird logo in that mound of dirt. And you were right, this is where that weird smell was coming from. This handkerchief stinks of chloroform. Oh. I agree. The expert says that the killer would have used chloroform to render the professor unconscious. Let's get Amir to check this handkerchief out. It could be just the lead we need. Okay. Alright, 3 hours for it. Now let's go question Courtney. We know everything. Morning, bitch, Katrina. Have you come to enjoy the view? Not exactly. We're here because Professor Charles has been murdered. Murdered? What are you talking about? You know what I'm talking about. Rosetta ordered an Astra to take care of him. We found her secret message in a Halloween card. Seriously? You found a Halloween card and now you're accusing me of murder? You're just a suspect so far. Cut the act, Miss Guerra. If you're innocent, where were you all night? You turned off your phone so you couldn't be tracked, didn't you? I was up here all night gazing at the stars. I wanted a bit of peace and quiet. And now, since you clearly have nothing to charge me with, I'm going home. Not so fast. We know Ace Paddle is also part of Astra. Tell us where he is. What am I, his babysitter? I have no clue where Ace might be. Fine, but don't think about skipping town, Biscara. Because if the evidence proves you killed Professor Charles, we'll have you behind bars in the blink of an eye. Katria, I don't buy for 1 second that Courtney knows nothing about this murder, or about Ace's whereabouts. But you're right, there's no use in complaining. We need to focus on finding Ace and figure out who else is in Ad Astra. If you think we should search the professor's office, then I'm right behind you. Okay. Okay, let's go. Let's get his office. I'm expecting a lot of books and lots of... Yeah, I already saw them from the picture of the Christ scene, the statues of some philosophers like Socrates or Aristotle. Lockpicking set. Ooh, who used it? Where are the headphones? Oh, there. Oh. 150 experience and level 98. Huh, nice. So, this is the professor's office. Let's see if we can find something which will explain why Rosetta wanted her old mentor dead, Katria. We found some lockpicks. I agree, it's highly unlikely that they belong to the philosophy professor. Someone must have broken into his office. Clutch saw that hair on the lockpicks might lead us to our mystery intruder. But look, that agenda belongs to ASAP. We finally have something that can help us track him down. You need to crack that lock, quick. And you're right, we better restore that toll paper too. We need every clue we can get if we are to solve the professor's murder. Okay. Okay, I got 3 clues, so... Alright, let's go first unlock the ASAP's agenda. Let's figure out where he is now. Okay. Katria, you got Ace's agenda unlocked, but the writing is faded. Ace is the only other known member of Ad Astra, so hopefully recovering that text will give us a shot to figure out where he is. Okay. Alright, now let's collect something from the lockpicking tool. Ah, right next to each other. Wow. Okay, hair. Let's get that hair you collect for the lockpicks to the lab, Katria. Hope it will tell us who broke into the professor's office. Wait, I'm not going to analyze it? Huh? No. Alright, fine. Tree analysis. Yeah, we haven't had that in a while. Okay, now let's restore the toward flyer. Oh, student president. Campaign. For Polly. Oh, it's Polly. Get that, this is the student council election flyer supporting Polly O'Brien. You're right, this Polly was at the Halloween party last night. I agree. If her flyer is here, then she might have spoken to the professor recently. We should talk to Polly. Okay. And is she a Astran or not? Okay, now let's also fit an agenda. Let's see, where is ASAP? So, according to ASAP's agenda, he went to the Greensboro Rock Festival after the Halloween party. He didn't strike me as a rock fan, Katria. You're right, that's all the more reason to check this out. Let's get to the festival and find ASAP. Okay. Alright, first let's go talk to Polly. Don't be hesitant, vote Polly O'Brien for student president. You're up bright and early for someone who spent most of the night at the Halloween party, Mr. O'Brien. Oh, Mitch Katria, that's because I decided to work on my campaign for student president. I figured it'd take my mind off my boyfriend's murder. Well, I'm afraid I have more bad news for you. Professor Charles has been murdered. When did you last see him? Oh my, Professor Charles is dead? That's awful. I left that flyer on his desk, but I'm afraid I didn't know him well. I wasn't in any of his classes. We see. We're looking into something called the Astra in connection with his death. Do you know anything about them? Astra? Isn't that like a car? That'll be all for now, Mr. O'Brien. Don't hesitate to let us know if anything comes to you. Okay, so she doesn't know about the Astra. And now let's go have a chat with ASAP. We got some questions for you, dude. Mr. Powell, there you are. Are you really a rock fan, or did you think you could hide here from Mitch Katria? I'm not hiding, Mitch Katria. I was just listening to the little roses that said, "Aw, you're lying. Stop playing dumb. We found a Halloween card that I gave you in prison. We know she wanted you and your friends to take care of Professor Charles." So you found that card? Yes. And you know what else we found? The body of Professor Charles. He was murdered in the forest. I don't know anything about the murder. I was here at the festival all night. Listen up, Mr. Battle. Even if you haven't done anything wrong, you're gonna be in big trouble if we discover you're covering for someone. Be smart. Tell us who else is in that Astra. No offense, Major Katia, but if you had proof against anyone, you wouldn't be here talking to me. Oh, come on, man. We only know two of them. Who are the others? I guess we gotta figure it out on our own. Oof, let's now see, how did our philosophy professor die? Katrina, did you know that France has produced some of the greatest philosophers of all time? I think it's Greece and not France. One of my favorite quotes is from Voltaire. He said, "Those who can make you believe absurdities can make you commit atrocities." I don't get it. If only our philosophy professor had taken that line to heart before thinking Rosetta and her friends are his wing. Anyway, what can you tell us about this particular atrocity, Martine? Well, as you guessed, Professor Charles was whipped to death. He was struck between 20 and 30 times, but the shock probably killed him before the final blow. So they were kicking him even after he died. What's interesting is how he was attached to the trees. You see, the rope was expertly tied to keep it in place while he was whipped. And that means you're looking for a killer who knows how to tie knots. So, our killer knows how to tie knots, do they? Their evil schemes will start to unravel now you're on their case, Katria. Okay. What about this handkerchief? What do you got for us on that handkerchief Katria found at the crime scene, Amir? Well, I can confirm that there was both chloroform on the handkerchief and around Professor Charles' mouth and nose. So, you're right, our killer used this handkerchief to knock our victim out, Katria. Yes, and that's not all. You probably noticed that logo in the corner. I couldn't identify it, so I called in the one person who knows the university better than anyone, Cathy. Let's hear it then, Cathy. Well, that logo was easy to identify even for someone with as little school spirit as me. It belongs to the university football team, the Greensboro Quails. There's no doubt about it, Cathy. If your kid had a handkerchief, they must support the Greensboro Quails. So, Archie supports the Greensboro Quails. We already knew they were a student at Greenview. Hopefully this will narrow it down. Okay. Okay, now this hair. Whose hair is this? Katria, I'll cut to the chase. The hair you found on those lockpicks belongs to Lucius Roth. Oh, that creepy dude. Lucius, that creepy behavioral science student who wrote an essay on torture? That's him. Lucius must be the one who broke into Professor Charles' office. Lucius might be smart, but he gives off seriously sinister vibes. And now he's broken into a teacher's office. It's like he thinks the rules don't apply to him. Way to question Lucius, Katria. Yeah, I hate him. Alright, let's go talk to Lucius. Mr. Roth, can you explain why you broke into Professor Charles' office? We found your lockpicks. Oh, that. Well, the ends justify the means, Major Katria. You see, Professor Charles had checked out the library book I needed for my thesis. He wasn't in his office and I wasn't about to let the locked door stand in the way of academic brilliance. So I broke in. And what, you didn't care about any consequences? Wow. The ends justify the means. Interesting. What if I told you the professor has been murdered? Professor Charles is dead? Well, that is unfortunate. You don't seem sad, huh? But if you think you're going to pin it on me because of a book, you got another thing coming, Mitch Katria. Oh, are you threatening me, dude? You think you're above the law? I somehow sense that he is also in an Astra. You're lucky we're not pressing charges against you for making an entry, Mr. Roth. Instead, we'll settle for telling the dean about your antics. Yeah. Katria, this investigation is so frustrating. We found Professor Charles whipped to death in the forest. And we know that the kill must be one of Ad Astra's members, acting on Rosetta's orders. Both known members have flimsy alibis, but we don't have any proof of actual wrongdoing. Then there's Lucius Roth, who clearly believes the rules don't apply to him and that the ends justify the means. But being arrogant isn't necessarily a motive for murder. We need to dig deeper if we want to. Mitch Katria, I'm sorry to interrupt, but our officers stumbled upon something while they were out patrolling. We found Ad Astra's meeting place. Oh! Yeah, and that's where we are going next. I think that's going to bring us a lot of clues about who killed first and then what else they are planning. Alright, we're gonna start here. We're gonna continue playing in chapter 2. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to like this video and I'll see you again. Goodbye!